What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are back for another tier list after a couple of months maybe, and we are back for the skill tier list. So I asked you guys what you wanted these characters to be ranked based on, and 50% of you said overall value in the game. 34% of you said based on the hardest raid available, 14% or 12% based on the hardest activation, and only 2 to 3% based on something else. And something else was like ISO weight or value that characters usually don't have appreciated by the community or something like this. So we'll take a look at that. And right now I want to compare the tier list that we did in the past and then we'll compare to the new one. We had a few characters on the top, but no real character on the S tier, and some characters that I saw that they have value, but it was not confirmed yet, and now from experience I will be able to say if these characters have value or not. And according to the new criteria we'll also change the tier list a bit. So if you like the information on this video, like always, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. So once again, on the left we have the old tier list, a few of the characters that we have available, and one of the characters here, like Gamora, now she has out of value, but that's for the next patch. So let's hide the old tier list and let's get started. No specific order, but I'll try to do this fast because there are so many characters and there are so many things that we have to take into consideration that the faster we start, the better. Okay, so in no specific order, we can start right here with the shield minions. Unfortunately, these guys are still not good, and let's remove this guy right here, the shield operative, because she is still not good at all. In my opinion, she has no utility apart from blitz, and that's pretty much it. So she'll go to the F tier because yeah, that's it, blitz, and that's pretty much it. Then we have the shield assault. Now the shield assault, she's a little bit better than the shield operative, because not only she is useful in blitz, she can also be used on Alliance Wars defense. For the shield 3.0, if you want to use it with a little bit more damage than the usual, or the shield 2.0, she still used it there. The same goes for the shield medic, but I mean the shield medic, we could even use her on raids. She has okay utility there, but nothing special as well, so let's keep her there at E tier. Shield security, some people use him on Dark Dimension 2, and he is very good on Dark Dimension 2. He's very good on Alliance Wars defense, and is one of the key mechanics of the shield team on defense. Compared to the other characters, shield assault or shield medic, you can replace either of them, but shield security is the one you always have on the team, so let's keep it there. Okay, so shield trooper. Shield trooper is not good anywhere, so apart from blitz, and even in blitz is questionable, so let's keep this guy down here. I'll probably put him even lower if there was a possibility for this. But yeah, now Sif. Sif, she was okay on Dark Dimension 3. She was an option. Right now she's no longer an option for Dark Dimension 3. She's okay on Alliance Wars defense. She in several teams, not only one, and she is okay for blitz. So maybe put her on E tier would be okay. For raids, I don't think she is valuable. Arena, definitely not, and so on. So I think she will be fine on the E tier for now. Now we have a Taskmaster. Taskmaster was a character that disappointed me a bit in terms of the Doom Raid. He's okay, he's still very good, but I think that he lacks a little bit on stats and team synergy. So I don't know, he's still part of one of the best Alliance War defenses that we have right now. On blitz, he's amazing, he carries the team. It's just in arena you cannot really use him. It's just that right now he doesn't have. He's good, just not good enough to be one of the higher tiers. I'm gonna put him on B because he's still a good option for Dark Dimension, the raids and so on. He's just so expensive that really compromises his utility, but he has so much utility. Okay, I'm gonna keep him at B. I think based on the high cost that he has, it's what compromises him the most. Then comes the team synergy, which he doesn't have outside of Alliance Wars. So yeah, based on that, I will place him on B, even that he's way better than many characters that we have here. So, and the Blade Master, trash tier, of course. We are still waiting for that end rework. The same goes for Archer. Go down here for the F tier. Not even worth investing. Now this is the Hydra Scientist. The Hydra Scientist is not bad. He has several combinations, RTA, and is decent on RTA on specific missions. He is okay in terms of stats. The fact that he's a skill healer, that makes him interesting as well. He also has some combinations on Alliance Wars defense and so on. So I'm gonna put him on D tier. Not like he's amazing. Okay, E tier. He's not amazing, is not as important as shield security, but is very decent as well. So let's keep him there. Okay, now Karnak. Karnak is part of the Inhumans team. His part is not really part, he is no useful anywhere. Okay in Blitz, and that's pretty much it. And let's keep him here. Unfortunately, we are still waiting for that Inhumans 2.0 rework. Whenever it will come. Okay, now we have the AIM researcher. She's okay, not really. Maybe useful on Blitz, but that's pretty much it. Outside of Blitz, she doesn't have much use, so let's keep her here. Now let's talk about Okoye. Okoye, of course, Wakanda best rated team for the Ultimus 5 raids, and because of that, she's not great in anywhere. Like, she is barely usable on Blitz. She has no use on Alliance Wars. She gets destroyed on Alliance Wars. On raids, I mean, apart from Ultimus 5, she is not useful anywhere else. So based on all that, I mean, there is some notes that you need Wakanda characters on the Gamma, but Okoye is not the character that you want to take there. So unfortunately, she goes to the F tier. Okay, Merc Riot Guard. I have seen a few people using Merc Riot Guard for Dark Dimension. I don't know exactly why. He's very expensive. He's crucial on the Mercenary team, and the Mercenary team is still one of the best teams for Alliance Wars defense. So because of that, I'm going to put him on the D tier in terms of usability. He's very, very expensive to gear up, so I think he's a little bit lower than shield security, but he's still pretty decent. Okay, now Proxima Midnight. Let's talk about one of the good characters. And Proxima Midnight, I don't think she's suitable for the Doom raids. She has no combination with anyone there. And yes, she applies the stun, she applies the turn rewind, offense down for 2 turns and so on. Huge value. But unfortunately, she, once again, has no synergy with anyone. So based on that, she is not great. So in terms of raid, not great. In terms of Dark Dimension, usable. Once again, she can apply the offense down for 2 turns for several enemies, up to 4. And it has that stun and so on. But she's quite expensive as well in terms of gear. And she's also decent for Arena, or at least she was. She's great on Alliance Wars offense and defense. So I'm gonna place her on B tier. She's a very, very good character, of course, but right now, according to the meta, she's not that great anymore. And should you still invest in her? As much as you should invest in Taskmaster. So yeah, it's based on rates, and if it was based on something else, she would have a little bit more value. But you guys, most of you, like, if we had a 50% plus 34 on the raids and so on. We have to value a lot more the raids than the Dark Dimension, so if it was based on Dark Dimension, maybe A tier, but based on the raids, it's good, but it's B tier. Okay, so now let's take a look. Let's take a look at Punisher. Why not? Punisher, he is a low price, very budget character, easy to gear up. No, only 2 sets of mini uniques, as far as I remember. He increases the damage of city characters. He can be used on many teams for Alliance Wars offense. He can also be used somewhat on Alliance Wars defense. On raids, he doesn't have any use, and the value in Dark Dimension 4 is questionable, so I don't know, because he's low price and he has more utility outside of Blitz and Alliance Wars. I'm gonna place him on C tier over Shield Security, just because he's so cheap and can be used outside of Alliance Wars and once again Dark Dimension and so on. Okay, now let's take a look at Bullseye. Bullseye is an option, and that's it, is an option for the mercenary team. He has no use on Arena. Dark Dimension, no use. I don't even know how much it costs in terms of gear, but I expect that at least mid-tier cost. And single target damage, mostly, no utility, no stuns, no nothing, so he's definitely F tier character, not worth the investment. Even at 7 red stars, I mean, sure, for Alliance Wars defense, but still he is not crucial on that team. There are so many other options that why should you bother with this guy? Okay, so now we have this guy right here. Let's take Merc Soldier. Merc Soldier is quite crazy, the abilities that he has, mostly for Alliance Wars and mostly for the skill military team. This team is still not very good, so I'm still going to place him on low mediocre tier, E tier. He is crazy, he has some crazy effects for a minion and some crazy stats, but because his utility is so limited and no use on raids on Dark Dimension, so he will just stay there on the E tier. Okay, now let's talk about the Night Nurse Rescue, Rescue 2.0. Rescue, the Rescue Night Nurse, she's crazy good after a rework, really amazing. The stats are a little bit low, but she's very cheap in terms of gear, and she's very good on Alliance Wars offense, she's very good on Dark Dimension 4, she's very good on the raids as well, for the Doom raids. On the other raids, you can use her on the skill nodes on the beta, and you can use her on the alpha, on the city nodes. So it's not like she has no use outside of the other 2 mods. So, and based on this, I think she has tons of value. She's not a crucial character, but if you have her on your team, she's definitely going to make a huge difference. So I'm going to place her on S tier because of her value and because she's so cheap. Super cheap, huge value on Dark Dimension 4, huge value on the Doom raids, huge value in one of the best Alliance Wars offensive team. So she will be always definitely worth the investment. Even if you have her only at 4 red stars, I think she will still give you good value, especially if you invested the T4s on her. So first S character compared to the last tier list where we didn't have any S character. But I think Night Nurse after rework definitely deserves it. Okay, so now we have this guy, Corvus Glaive. Last time I put this guy very low on the tier list because it was based mostly on the Doom raids. But now being 50% based on every game mode and 30% based on the Doom raids, I have to give this guy a little bit more credit, but not too much. He's still decent for Arena. Black Order is still an option. You don't have to use these other hybrid teams. Even today I use the Black Order to beat the supposed best Arena defensive team. So it's not like he's utter garbage. and very good on Blitz, always wins, and very good on Alliance Wars, defense and offense. So based on his lack of utility on raids and also on Dark Dimension, I'm gonna place him on the D tier. Good for Arena, good for Blitz, good for Alliance Wars, offense or defense. So I think D tier is decent enough. Okay, so now we have, let's see, let's talk about Gamora. So we don't know nothing about Gamora. We know that she'll have huge stats coming up forward, and with their empowered form that in some teams it will be on first turn, and in other hybrid teams will also be on first turn. And she looks very promising to be one of the best characters for Arena as well, for the next Arena meta. In terms of raid, she doesn't look so good. We'll have to wait and see. And I actually have no idea how much she costs in terms of gear, but we'll check out later. It's not relevant right now. I just think that in terms of utility, she has a lot of single target damage, but we have to wait and see. I don't think she'll be part of the Doom raid meta, but she will definitely be part of the Alliance Wars meta, offense and defense. Great for Blitz, great for Arena. So I'm gonna place her on A tier, just because we don't know exactly how much damage she will do in terms of a raid, and if she will have a team for raids, because if she's only skill character, then she'll not be that great there. Okay, now let's talk about the other guy. This guy right here, Red Guardian. Red Guardian is quite amazing. Very strong tank. He also has synergy with other characters for the Doom raids, like Black Widow. And he's also very strong on Alliance Wars defense, but he can also be used on Alliance Wars offense. He's also very strong on Blitz, and he also has some utility in the Arena. So based on all that, I'm not gonna place him on S tier because he's extremely expensive, and I think even that he's very good, I don't think it's 100% worth the price. But at some point you should gear him up because he's so versatile compared to many other characters. So I'm gonna place him on A tier because he definitely has the value. He's just so expensive that you have to take into consideration. Are you going to invest on Red Guardian, or are you going to invest in someone else? And based on red stars and so on, he might not be that great because he gets a lot more value with the high red stars. Okay, so now let's take a look at Nick Fury. Nick Fury got recently a rework. Now he got tons of HP, but once again he's very expensive, and he has no use on Arena. He's okay now in Blitz, but depends of the team. He cannot win by himself, he needs company to win. So he's not a character that carries the team. Once again, very expensive. He's good on the Doom raids. He's good for the Dark Dimension 4 as well. Alliance Wars defense, yes. So yeah, I'm gonna put him on A tier. He's very good, but once again, very expensive, and he cannot win matches by himself. And I think that's a good reason to justify why he's on the A tier. Very good, but once again, cannot win matches by himself. Now Kingpin, my boy Kingpin. So what we are going to do with this guy? He can help many teams, but he cannot do anything by himself. Definitely needs a rework. His stats are beyond trash, but I don't think he is F tier because he can be placed on so many Blitz teams and make them so much better. So I'm gonna place him on E tier. He's pretty decent. He just needs a rework and some adjustment on the abilities and stats and so on. And he's very cheap in terms of gear. So let's place him on E tier because he has the potential of becoming a very good character. Okay, so we have Hawkeye. Hawkeye was very disappointing to me in terms of the Doom raids. I mean, let me be clear. He is very strong on the first node and on the second node. And on the last node, he's not good enough just because he doesn't have the stats. his HP is so low that you cannot do anything with him, and this is a huge problem. So based on this, I would put him, if he had like 50% more HP or something like this, I would place him on B tier. But because of this, I'm gonna place him on C tier. He's usable on, he's very good on Dark Dimension 4 for the global nodes. He is very good on Alliance Wars defense and offense. He's decent enough on Blitz. Doesn't win matches by himself, once again because he has so low HP, but he makes a huge difference for the team. And in terms of arena, he has no use. So, and the price of the gear is okay, not terrible, 3 sets of mini uniques. So I'm gonna place him on C tier because he's so disappointing on the last node of the Doom raids. But it's not because of his abilities, it's not because there are characters that resist blinds, it's just that his HP is so low that he dies with 1 hit. So now we have Yelena Belanova. Let's take her out of here and let's place her on the trash tier because she is trash. No, unfortunately, she's barely usable on Alliance Wars, and outside of Alliance Wars she doesn't do anything. She's barely usable on Blitz, and that's pretty much it. So is she as good as these other characters? Yeah, I guess after the rework she's a little bit better, but still, it's still a character that I would not invest too much in. So between the F tier and the E tier, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, now let's take a look at Colleen, one of the new characters of this patch, and she is very strong. Tons of damage, it's insane the amount of bleeds that she does. The problem is that she doesn't have much synergy with any other character than the Mystic Knight and the Heroes for Hire, so that's a problem. And she's not super expensive, but mid-tier expensive. And in terms of arena, she has some utility, but not major utility. It's still low utility. In terms of raids, once again, she has low synergy with other characters. She has decent stats, so it really depends on which node you are facing. Dark Dimension, City nodes, not really. I don't see her being used there. So I'm gonna place her on D tier because she has tons of damage and that's it. Apart from tons of damage, she doesn't do anything else. And she requires very specific synergy, and I don't know, she's just limited. Maybe C tier, D tier. I'm gonna place her on C tier because she's part of the best Alliance Wars defense team. And that's it. Because on the other game modes, she has the potential of doing something, but she needs huge support from the other characters in order to be able to do anything. And yeah, she really likes more broad synergy with other characters. Okay, Baron Zemo, let's go. Baron Zemo still very strong on Alliance Wars offense, still usable on Alliance Wars defense. There are a few matches where he can be interesting on Alliance Wars defense. He has been being used in arena quite often recently. Supposedly he's part of one of the best arena teams right now. He's mid-tier in terms of cost for Gear Tier 14 and Gear Tier 15. And in terms of raids, he doesn't do much. He can do okay, but he has the same problem as Hawkeye, very low stats, and because of that he dies right away. So based on that, some people use him for Dark Dimension. I definitely don't recommend that. So I don't know, I'm gonna place him here because of his recent spike in utility for arena, and because cores are so important. I'm gonna place him on B tier, and that's it. Because on the other game modes he's not that great. He's still very useful on RTA, he's gonna save you a lot of time, but that's pretty much it. Apart from that, his utility is quite limited. So I think the B tier is decent enough. Okay, now we have, let's take care of this guy first. Killmonger. So Killmonger is strong on a few Alliance War defensive teams. He can also be used on Alliance War's offensive team. He's okay on Blitz. He has barely any use on Rage. So is he as strong as Corvus Glaive? Sometimes yes, sometimes he's not bad on Alliance War's defense, but he has no use on Arena. And does he win matches by himself? Sometimes, maybe. I'm gonna place him on D tier. I think D tier is a good tier for him. He has that sustain, he has the synergies with Red Guardian, he has synergies with Shuri, other characters that have a value over him, but they are part of the same team, so they increase his value a little bit more just based on that. So I think D tier is gonna be a good rank. And we have finally two characters. We have Black Widow, and Black Widow, before, she was very dependent on Hawkeye, and you needed kind of Hawkeye for Black Widow to do some damage with her bleeds and so on. And she still has a lot of synergy with Hawkeye. You still want to use them together, but because Hawkeye has solo damage, he was pushing her down in terms of value. But now with the recent rework, and now the synergy is being also used together with the Red Guardian, now she's much better. And I don't know, is she A tier or is she S tier? She's usable on a Dark Dimension, she's usable on raids, very strong in raids. She is somewhat usable on Alliance War. So I think because of her low utility in Alliance Wars, she's part of a good team, but it's just not that game-breaking team. So I think A tier is going to be good enough for her. Very good character. It just likes a little bit more damage, or I don't know. She's good, but not good enough for S tier compared to Night Nurse. Even that both characters are on the Dark Dimension 4 teams recommendations. I just think Night Nurse does a lot more to support the team than Black Widow does. I don't know, it's really hard to tell. She has that great stun, she gives the speed up for the entire team. Okay, we'll keep her on A tier, but she's definitely top tier with other characters around. And finally we have Kestrel. So Kestrel is the exclusive Marvel Strike Force character. She's insane, she has insane stats, she has insane abilities, applying defense down for 2 turns with several abilities. Her passive is crazy, healing on turn plus healing per negative effects. She wins matches by herself. She's very strong on the Doom Rage. She can go on 2 lanes, and she's very strong on Dark Dimension 4. I have been using that, and she's just crazy. Alliance War, she's amazing on defense, she is amazing on offense. So she's the S tier plus. She's definitely better overall than Night Nurse, but Night Nurse is very good as well. So I'm gonna place them together on top, but Kestrel is definitely a little bit better than Night Nurse. So Kestrel is like S plus, and Night Nurse is S tier. So yeah, guys, I think this is an overall good evaluation based on the global use of the characters in game, based on the raids, based on Dark Dimension, and comparing now with the old tier. Let's take a look. Let's put the old tier to the side. Great job. Okay, so old list, select. So comparing the old list, we have quite a few changes, but we still have similar here. Sif and the medics, we have the Kingpin, we have the Elena still here. Here we have Night Nurse going a lot up, Proxima going down. We have Hawkeye going down, Shield Security going down as well, Taskmaster going up, and Punisher the same, and these two the same as well. So I think that's a good comparison, and it's a good progress that the characters have after the rework. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you think about the rating. You think I did a good job? You think I made a bad evaluation about some characters? Let me know in the comments below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button like a boss. And once again, if you found the information on this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. And I'll catch you guys later.